Yes, Father confirms your tough pin the building highlight your boy chop out and the fry have plantain. Welcoming you back to another episode of Africa Today Show, Ginger. Today's yarnings are as follows. Number one, we'll talk about Obasanjo and the whole situation weighing PDP card. Number two, we'll talk about the postponement of the Nigerian election and how that's affecting all the things that's going on in Nigeria. We talk about the fact that after Ebola now, Liberian schools are just about to open. We talk about the fact that Egypt is bombing all the ISIS places in none other than Libya. We also have the Nigerian mother that leave her two Pekins in UK to go and celebrate wedding in Nigeria. Ghana has gone and buy new power station confirmed to increase their generation of electricity. And of course, the effect of Alomo bitters on Valentine's Day. Let's start the show. Ginger.
Yes, if I confirm, it's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of them on the fryer plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Gidigbo champion. The first evil governor of Lagos State. But once I yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, but I confirm. When in doubt, so that breast.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know this is no more news. Nigeria has moved the election forward. In fact, today I'm talking to you is February the 16th. So if the election was supposed to happen on Valentine's Day, it didn't happen no more. And let me say this real quick. For people that internet complaining about the fact that they moved the election. Shut up! Let me tell you something. Nigerian government has to be very ashamed of themselves. Why? How can you go and put election on Valentine's Day? This is the day that you have women that their husband has not even looked in their direction the whole year, and all of a sudden Valentine's Day is for them. Then you now want to come and put your election on that same day to negate the fact that you can get some love and some happiness on that day. Come on now, what kind of government is that? You're not looking out for your entire population if you're doing that. Confirm. We're also getting the news that the Egyptian government has gone and scatter ISIS. Basically, ISIS, they decided upon themselves to go and cash 21 Coptic Christians. When I heard Coptic Christians, I was like, it sounds like something from a sci-fi movie. Coptic Christians sound like something from like a Star Trek generation. No, the Coptic Christians is a different sect of Christianity that's out there. The same way you have the Greek Orthodox Christian Church, the same way people have Redeemed. It can be considered its own type of Christianity too. These guys are poor guys from Egypt that moved to Libya to go and work, and then that's where ISIS now do what? Catch them like fowl. And what they do, harvest their neck. So when they harvest their neck, 21 guys, I'm not going to show you the video because the video is very graphic. But if you have the liver, if you believe that thing I ate this morning, you don't want to put it live it in your stomach, you want to bring it up, go ahead and watch that video. You see where they are butchering people's head like they're nama. So after the killing, that's how the Egyptian president, who's a former general, pretty much provoked, lost his mind and said, you know what, we're going to act right now. And what did they do? They went and bomb ISIS. Now what killed me is the fact that when they're bombing this ISIS, they didn't go and bomb them in a far place like Syria or Iraq, where ISIS pretty much controls a third of those countries. They went and bombed them in Libya. And I was like, damn, what does that tell you? That's a failed state. You have this void now, and all these caricature kind of people are taking over. The same thing is happening in Yemen now. Yemen, that they've already ousted their leader, so pretty much now there's free for all. Somalia, free for all. I mean, it's all these things. You'll be thinking to yourself like, damn, is this how life is? But that's what's going on right now, and it's very reminiscent if you think about what Egypt is doing now. The same thing that the Jordanian king did. You heard the story. That's what's happening. This happened last week. ISIS burned a Jordan pilot to death alive. You can Google that video also. They went there and they burned the guy inside cage. They put the video up on the internet. The Jordan king saw that video. He didn't even waste no time. This is a guy that's been in the military for over 25 years. He's a trained warplane pilot. He fly all kind of Apache helicopter and everything. The guy wears his uniform. He's looking at the combination of James Bond, James Hadley Chase, Robocop, and Rambo, all in one woman being confirmed. He has a strong chest that they say, hey, we're going to go and bomb them. He personally led their assault. They went and bomb all kind of ISIS places. Now, bear in mind, Egypt, 21 people more, they went and bomb. Bear in mind, Jordan, 1 person more, they went to bomb. Nigeria people more, like 6,000 people have been killed by Boko Haram since they started this their craze. What's going on with that though? Now bringing it home also, talking about the Nigerian military, they are vexing right now. They say that they are vexing because of what Obasanjo went and said. Obasanjo is our former head of state and former general in the Nigerian army. He went and said that military is being set up to just help put PDP back in power. PDP is a ruling party, so by extending this election by 6 weeks, one of the reasons is so the service chiefs can be involved in the process of making sure that power stays where power is right now. So the military come out and say, shut up, we don't know what you're saying, you old general, you can't say that about us. First, they started out the statement, be very respectful, and towards the middle, if you read this statement, I'll put the link up so you guys can see it. If you read this statement and going deeper, they start saying that the old general doesn't know what he's talking about, the military is way more professional than he used to be when he was there, blah, this, that. And for me, I'm looking at it like, when did Nigerian military start responding to politicians? Because let's keep it real. Obasanjo truly is a politician. Yes, he was in the military, yes, he was head of state, but he is a politician at this point in time. When did they start? I mean, it's almost like you have a fluff piece responding to another fluff piece. Like, I thought the military was supposed to be concerned with just protecting people. When did you now start not only encouraging, but indulging in gossip? Boko Haram is still there. Sambisa Forest is still there. Bring back our girls. You have not done it. There are things you should be focusing on instead of going back and forth with someone that has time on his hand. The guy lives on a farm. He has time on his hand to be doing the things that he's doing. So leave him alone and focus on your thing. If you're truly professional, be professional. Don't be indulging in idle gossip. It's not for you to be commenting back and forth with somebody in newspaper. If you see the long thing that they wrote, I'm looking at it like, this thing has to take at least 16 full scrap paper. You have time on your hand, and there's work that needs to be done, confirmed. Talking about General Obasanjo this weekend, because some PDP people from Ogun State, they came to his farm and they said, look, Oga, these things you have been saying about the military, about the president, is going too far. You need to tone it down. They say, tone it down, Abi. Hold on. Sekiru, I better bring my PDP membership card. As they just brought it like this, just the guy does it what? Pia! As in the way he tears it remind me of what Kim Kardashian did to that Chris Humphrey guy after 60-something days of marriage. Pia! Marriage license gone! And it didn't even take long before the Ogun State PDP came and said that they've expelled him from the party. But my question to them is this. Can you expel somebody that has already come out himself? If a student fly fence and throw away his school uniform and burn it, can the school still expel him? Food for thought. Now, while we're in West Africa, let's go over to Ghana. We're getting the news from Ghana that they have decided to increase the amount of electricity that's being generated in the country. To do that, they went and contacted a Turkey company. The company did what? Is bringing 2 ships. I thought it was very, very interesting. 2 ships that are going to be generating electricity. So they're pretty much like power plants that are going to be on water. Anybody that knows Ghana knows that it's right there on the west coast of Africa, sitting right there on the Atlantic Ocean. So these 2 ships are going to be on the water and they'll be generating 450 megawatts of power, which is pretty much going to be about 20% of Ghana's entire NEPA purchasing population of electricity, confirmed. So I was thinking about this, I was like, this is actually pretty nice, you know. Thinking about Ghana, we always hear good things about Ghana in terms of like producing electricity. Never really heard too much about like, you know, losing power. I get one of my friends where they go to school for Ghana, and the guy told me like when he's living in Kumasi, since he has been there for almost like 10 years now, that only once when they not come out power, they actually send them a letter to their house, and they also publish in a newspaper that look, this Thursday we're doing all kind of renovation, so because of that you're going to lose power for 15 minutes. And even with that, when that power, the people were still calling the electricity people like, what happened to my power? And it's over 15 minutes. Hurry up. Can you imagine? Nigeria, when was the last time NEPA even talked to you in a respectful manner? It's enough for them to just carry their ladder and just come and meet you and just climb on top and just disconnect your power without even knowing whether you paid your bill or not. Nigeria, that we don't even, the bill that they're giving you in NEPA is not even your real bill. They've stopped even checking meter anymore now. They said, all meters are obsolete. So now what do? They estimation. They look at your house and say, this one house fine. Now duplex, I mean, but how many pikin you born? 4 pikins. Okay, 4 pikin. Each pikin get 3 cell phone, Etisalat, MTN. Okay. How many TV? 4 TV. How many AC? Okay. When I still go born pikin, and we're still trying. Oh, good of you. So if I still trying, that means you've been running your AC all night. Okay, you know what? Your NEPA bill is 30,000 a month. Not based on usage, estimate. What surprised me the most, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that this boat or this ship that they're bringing it March. That's when it's coming in. Guess when the power is going to start generating from this ship? May 1st. In the space of a month and a half or 2 months, they are going to have this thing up and running. Whereas Nigeria, we have done privatization of our power sector since when? Till now. We're still generating 2,900 megawatts. It's a country that needs about 40 to 50,000 megawatt hours to be able to operate. And we're still generating 2,900 with an installed capacity of 5,000. Since nothing has changed. And Ghana is able to do this thing where they said, you know what, we have to increase our electricity. Not because of their shortage, is because their energy ministry said that the amount of load that they have is matching their supply. Pretty much means the amount of electricity being generated is almost equal to the amount of electricity being used. For good engineering and good power supply management, you want to have a buffer zone of at least 20% that's not being used, but you can kick in just in case it goes up. That's why they now went to go and charter this Turkish parole. Imagine that. A government that's working for the people. So ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favor and koporon and the Ghana aka. You did good. You did good. So proud of you. While we're in West Africa, let's go over to Liberia. We're getting the news that with everything that happened with Ebola, the schools are finally about to open. I'm talking about the Otakara children, the nursery children, primary children, secondary school children. They are about to go back to school after 6 months. 6 months of being at home because of Ebola crisis. You had over 1 million children that were at home. Basically, during this time, they were trying to take lessons through on the radio and things like that. It's going to be very, very difficult for those students. Confirm. Imagine you yourself. I remember when I was at Takara, when I was in primary school, just the fact that we have long vacation as 2 months or 2.5 months. When I go back to school, they'll be like social studies. I'll be like, what's that? Everything has fallen out of my brain. I don't know what's going on no more. So this children is going to be a very, very uphill battle for them. Just getting back to school, but they're very excited. Now today might be the first day of school for those children. Hopefully they'll be able to get back in and learn what they need to learn. But there's a lot of challenges. Number one, a lot of the schools were converted to become treatment centers for Ebola, isolation centers. So there has to be a widespread decontamination. It's going to be extremely difficult to make sure those schools, they can convert them back into schools where children can learn. Number one. Number two, a lot of parents are out of job. The economy they didn't give the economy back and slap, they give a elbow for truth. So because of that, a lot of the parents lost their jobs. So now that the children have to go back to school. School bag is a problem. Book is a problem. Pencil, biro is a problem. So one thing I'm suggesting now, and hopefully by the time I edit this video and put it up, I'll have set this thing up. I'm going to put up a GoFundMe to partner up. So one thing I'm going to do is this. I have a very, very good friend of mine, JT. He owns a shipping company here in DC. And what he's going to do is I've talked to him. I said, look, we're going to donate school supplies. People are going to go and share for this Liberian students. This is shipping company. He said he's going to ship anything that we donate for free. He's going to ship it all the way to Africa for free. And we're going to donate them to the students that need these books, biro, pencil, school bag, and other things. So we're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. By the time this video comes up, you would have seen the GoFundMe link. We're going to do it. Anything you can donate, but don't donate nonsense. Don't have to donate to $1, $2. At least $10. Yeah, watch Africa Today's show. It's free. Africa Today's show is free. Our Instagram video we're doing comedy is free. African comedians, free. All these things are free. The least you can do, Foxy B is asking you right now, ladies and gentlemen, please do me that favor. $10 minimum. Donate to these shrines. We're going to use that money. Who's calling me now? I'm busy. Oh, that's JT. Yo, JT, what's up? Chilling, man. I was just recording Africa Today's show. We're going to do something for them Liberian kids. You know they're going back to school today, right? They're going back to school today. Today's the first day of school. Yeah, today's the first day after Ebola and everything. So we're gonna set up a GoFundMe to raise money for the kids, so that way we can buy like school supplies and stuff like that, and ship it to Liberia.
Yeah.
You gonna be able to ship it for us for free?
Yeah.
Alright, that's one.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, man, I just thought about it. Say again?
If you want to do the job, then do it.
Yeah, I think we could definitely do it. I think if we're able to raise money, hopefully a couple of thousand, whatever we can raise, buy, backpacks, pens, books, stuff like that. It's not that difficult, but it will make a huge impact for them.
Yeah.
That's why I called you earlier, just to get you on board.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that, man. If you want to start, I'm driving home right now. I should be away about 40 minutes.
Oh?
We can plan your food flyers out every day.
Alright, cool. I'll hit you up later this evening then. Maybe we can meet up and talk a little bit about it.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, bro. Take care now.
Alright.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. First of all, just know that God is in control of everything that we do in this life. Let me just put that one out there. Number 2, if anything comes into your spirit, just go ahead and do it. The guy who just come in, the same JT guy, what does it tell you about to? I pretty much called him earlier on, but he no answer his phone, so I was like, alright, I wasn't able to get a hold of him. But I came out here and I'm speaking in faith, and I'm saying like, look, we're going to raise this money, and this my boy JT is going to ship this thing for us. And no, I ain't just coming. I had to tell him. This is the first time he's hearing it too. At the same time, you guys are hearing this in live. At the same time, he himself is hearing it because he's Liberian. And I'm like, look, you have a shipping company. You're going to ship these things for us for free. We're not doing it for us to become superstar client. No, we're doing it because it has to be done. These students need help. That's the least you can do. When it was time, when they were battling Ebola, when they said donate, some people donated, some people didn't. But right now, people who don't pass. Then have died. Now they're living. The future is very, very difficult for these children. Let's help them any way that we can. We're not sending money. That money you are sending, we're going to use it and buy the supply. Yeah. We're going to go and buy the supply, dollar store, Walmart, places that is cheap. Biro is biro, big is big, exercise book is size book. We'll buy it for them, backpacks, everything, and send them there. What we want is quantity. So the money you put donate, if you're going to do $10 before, you can do $20. $20 is nothing. By the time you start drinking Guinness, if you go out and go to a nice little bar, you drink 2-3 Guinness, that's already that $20. Gone, confirm. All the guys that took women out this past Valentine's Day, you self already know. You took the woman out for Valentine's Day date. By the time you bought flower for her, you buy gifts, buy chocolate, you buy dinner, everything is almost $200, $300. You may not even be able to take her home and collect your receipt. And look at the money you have spent. Gone. All you can see is a couple of Instagram pictures. Oh, thanks, babe. That's it. But this one, you're going to minister in some children's lives. So please, please, please. I've never asked you guys to do this before. But I feel like it's a worthy cause. It came to my spirit today. And I believe that the viewers of Africa Today's show, they support die. They support die. And I'm not saying I will support this one. Confirm. So we'll do this thing. We'll do it and we'll make it happen. Confirm. Now, going back into the absolutely ridiculous, we're getting the news from Manchester, UK. Now, Bella, Nigeria, I see this news. A Nigerian mother decided that in all of her smartness and sharpness, all of the dexterity and motherly love that she has for her children, decided that not only did she not carry them for 9 months, she didn't give them breast to suck. She left 2 of her pikins, 2 young children, left them in UK and went to Nigeria for wedding. Now this wedding was not an overnight wedding. It's not like, oh, that morning or Saturday she took the plane, because flight to Nigeria from UK to Lagos is not that long. Maybe 6 hours, you're already there, boom. You can get there, finish the wedding, then fly back the next day. Parents do that. But no, she planned a 3-week trip. 3 weeks she left these children. These children are age 11 and 13. Left them in UK. In all fairness, the children were still going to school, but there was no food. The apartment wasn't even heated and everything else. So the government stepped in. And as soon as this woman heard that government has stepped into this situation, she cut her vacation short by a week. So if you left this year, she might have still been in Nigeria till May, leaving these children. Can you imagine? 11 and 13. And I was not thinking to myself, from a Nigerian perspective now, so if you're 11 years old and you have younger ones, you'll be cooking. Forget about all this nonsense. They'll be saying that, oh, child endangerment. I know person for America where they sentenced to 2 years in jail because the 10-year-old was using stove and fire burned his picking. I've seen that one before. But thinking about it, 11 years old, you're already like what, in JS2, maybe JS3. You go to warm food for your younger ones. If there's food in the house, you go enter freezer, you come out the egusi, you go warm them. It's not that young, But then again, I was thinking about it like, 11 and 13. It's not that young for you to leave them in the house for a day. You go out, come back. But to leave them unsupervised for a week or 2 weeks, it seems kind of excessive. So that's the question for today. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think it's excessive for this woman to have left her children, 11 and 13-year-old, by themselves? Or do you feel like 11, 13, 13-year-old, you're a teenager, you should be able to handle yourself? What do you guys have to say? That's the question for today. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. It's your Tout Foxy P signing out. Follow me on Instagram, The Fox Himself. Follow me on Twitter, The Fox Himself. Share this video with your friends who are on Facebook, facebook.com/Africa Today Show, one word. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Africa Today Show, one word. I appreciate you not die. I'll see you now tomorrow. As we talk whenever I end this show. And it's we no die in a Voltron. And when in doubt, suck that breast. Ginger!